Hello and welcome to what is obviously not part 7 of WWF Warzone. Right, let me explain. I'll just jump straight into it, explain what happened. I was a bit silly when I was doing my WWF Warzone series, and I basically just left my PS1 on the whole time. And no, my house didn't burn to the ground as a result. It's not going that extreme. But what did happen was my PS1 pad got knocked at some point, and I must have left challenge mode. I must have managed to press, what is it, triangle on PS1, I think it is, to go back. And I must have left challenge mode without saving. Because I was having some issues with the memory card not being recognised and blah, 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 blah. So I hadn't saved. So I was left with a few options. The first option was to just simply start again. Which honestly I just wasn't that keen on the idea at the time. I am open to that idea, and if anyone was really enjoying that series, let me know in the comment section down below if you desperately want me to come back and maybe pick a new wrestler and we'll just start completely from scratch on challenge mode. So just let me know who you want to be below, and this doesn't have to be immediately. If you find this video in 3 years time and you're like, hey, I liked WWF Warzone, I want to watch this guy play it, leave a comment, and if I'm still on YouTube, still uploading, I'll do it. But yeah, I wasn't mad keen on just starting from scratch so soon, because I was just, stuff like that makes me a little bit salty, makes me a little bit off on the game. Even though it's no fault of the games, it's entirely my own fault. It can just put me off sometimes, so that wasn't my first choice. Then I looked into potentially maybe trying to start a new one with Ahmed Johnson and getting the wrestlers in the same order to, you know, and then just wrestling the first 4 matches off camera and then just continuing. I thought I could try and do that. I wonder how many times what the probability is of me getting the same challenge mode on WWF Warzone. Well, it turns out it's a 1 in 10,897,286,400 chance. And I wasn't about restarting my game that many times. So I thought, okay, I need to work around that. What about if it was just the first 4 matches in the right order? So, and the rest could be in any order and any wrestlers theoretically, because like we hadn't had them yet. But I just didn't want you guys missing out on matches off camera. So I was like, what about if I just try and get the first 4? Well, it turns out that's a 1 in 32,760 chance. And again, I wasn't about restarting that many times. Because I like my other series on my other channel as well, and that would just blow both of those out the water. So I was like, what about if it's just the first 4 wrestlers? It doesn't really matter what order they're in, as long as it's the same 4 that... I think it was 4, I was working off 4, but I might have beat 5, which makes it more than likely, by the way. But, so I was like, well, it doesn't matter what order I beat them in, as long as I beat the same 4 that you guys have seen me beat on camera, on the series. And turns out that is still a 1 in 1,000? Yeah, 1,365 chance. I wrote my numbers down. That's not off the top of my head. I'm not a genius. I didn't just figure that out in my head right there and then either. So yeah, all of those options seemed a little bit beyond what I was... I'd say what I was willing to do, but what you could be reasonably expected to do to continue the series. So the only 2 options I was left with was, as I say, restart or finish it for now. It's not been doing that well. It's not been like my most popular series, so I thought I'd cancel it with a view to, if anyone's desperately upset about that and really wants the series back and is, you know, going to be there every week on a Thursday watching it and commenting and liking and all that good stuff, I'd bring it back. But it's up to you guys to let me know. Let me know that you want it back. For now, the plan is just to simply have another 2K17 Universe Mode episode on Thursday. Just get 1 more episode of that out per week was just the plan I had. I didn't think anything beyond that. I don't want to do anything different for Throwback Thursday at the moment. I'm actually trying to cut down the amount of different content I'm putting out across my 2 channels, because it's crazy how many different series I have across my channels. So that was sort of like my thinking behind just expanding 2K17 Universe Mode into an extra day. It's not anything extra, any new series that I have to focus on. So I hope you guys understand. Leave a like if you enjoyed the series. if you support the decision. Just if you like me, it's always good to give me some support. I appreciate it. And leave a comment if you're desperate for it to come back. But other than that, I'll see you on WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. Speaking of 2K17, by the way, just before I finish this episode, I've literally just recorded the match that you're watching, probably sped up, underneath this gameplay, this commentary right now, the gameplay that you're seeing as I talk. And it was like, the reason it's Bret Hart vs Goldust, by the way, is because they're the only two guys I have unlocked that are on the Warzone roster and haven't changed drastically to 2K17. So I obviously have the likes of Triple H and The Undertaker, but they're completely different now. Whereas the old school Triple H and old school Undertaker are still locked on my 2K17 at the moment. So yeah, that was just like, I'll put on a random Warzone match, but on 2K17. So that's why I've seen that. I don't know what the deal was with R-Truth and Brian Pillman just rocking up during the match, but Brian Pillman actually had an impact on the outcome. So there you go. I was going to say spoiler alert, but the match is either just ending or just about to end. So I hope you enjoyed that as well. Leave a like for the match that went on in the background. Leave a comment with any thoughts, as well as just if you want me to bring it back. You know, any other comments you have are more than welcome. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you want to see some daily WWE content. 8 PM British time, you know, UK time, every single day. And don't forget to share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ibeza, you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.